Not even kidding. LA Fitness, Mr. Manager, you have 1 week.
Are you ready for
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Before we get to it, we've got tickets on sale, not only for our show, but also a meet and greet next week while we're in Chicago. Saturday night, very few last tickets available for our show at the Park West.
Sounds right.
Park West Theater.
Yeah. Yep, Park West.
So that's our Saturday night show. We also have a Friday night meet and greet at Barstool River North. That's the Barstool Bar in Chicago. At 5:30. There's only 100 tickets. You can buy tickets online now. And I know, you got to buy tickets for the meet and greet, but you also get free drinks and some free food.
Yeah, 2 free drinks, free dinner.
Yeah.
Right, the big buffet. We also wish they didn't charge money for tickets, but
whatever.
they did.
What can you do?
We can do.
100 of us, 100 of you, come hang out with us. Get your free drinks and your free food. Get your money's worth. So you can buy the meet and greet Friday, the tickets on Saturday. And so let's get to it.
Also, it's September 29th. DC.
Yeah, we have tickets for DC as well. That's the weekend leading up to the music festival that Pop Punk is playing. So if you want to make a weekend of it, go to DC, drive a couple hours to Maryland and Ocean City to finish off the weekend with the festival. You can make a whole DMV type of weekend out of it. So tickets available now for Chicago and DMV. We'll probably get a July and an August show on sale there. So check us out on our social media. All of our touring dates will be available there. Today's episode, monster guests. We got Michael Che, the legend, weekend update, stand-up comedy, New York guy.
He's a head writer of SNL.
It's
co-head writer with Colin Jost, but
and a very pretty, private guy in a way, and I can't even understand why he's doing
follows
this.
0 people. He has said he doesn't want to do this, so
I'm sure
it'll be
he
interesting.
doesn't.
Yeah, his Instagram says they want us to do press, and I don't want to. So he's being dragged by his ear here.
This has to be a favor?
I don't know, but
Or
he's
a
here.
demand?
We have, arguably, I say this again before when we're introducing him in a second, but David Letterman, while I was watching That's My Time with David Letterman last night, David Letterman called him a comedy legend. So, pretty good.
Pretty good. So you went to the doctor, huh, Johnny? By the way, look at this. Look at all these water bottles. It's just fucking.
The only 2 are mine. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drink whiskey, save the planet. Whistle pig. Fedelberg just got back from the doctor. We've had this mystery illness where he's been sick for 3 full weeks.
3 weeks.
I got it, and I was like, oh, fuck. John's been sick for 10 days. I'm going to get sick for 10 days. It was 2 days for me.
Yeah, well, you went to a doctor.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything for me, so I don't think I have what you have because I was good.
Yeah,
but in your case,
because I asked, I was like, because so first of all, she was like, she had just a bunch of questions, feeling my glands and shit like that, and then she was like, all right, well, let's just check out your throat, and didn't even put any tools in my mouth. She's just like, look, and she's like, how long have you said you had this for? And I was like, about 3 weeks. She goes, you have raging tonsillitis. I was explaining to her how every time I swallow it feels like glass, and I haven't yawned.
Let me see.
In 5 days. Can you be able to tell?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I'm obviously no doctor, but your ball bag, and your tonsils, there's this much space between them. It's all almost touching.
Yeah.
So I think when it's all so swollen, it's shut. I would imagine.
Dude, I've been swollen shut for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It hurts to eat. It hurts to talk. I haven't been able to yawn, because when you can't get out a full yawn, it kind of just gets stuck. I can't open my mouth big enough. Fuck you all, you just yawned. I can't open my mouth big enough to get the full yawn out. So I have not had a healthy yawn in a long time.
That'll kill me. That'll kill a man.
It's
you know what that is? You're not gonna get enough oxygen. You're just gonna pass out.
It's nonstop. But she was just yeah. I don't know. You crazy tonsillitis.
You are a medical
which I was
marvel.
I was like, I'm sorry. I have been hanging out with people. Is it infectious? And she's like, no, it's not. You haven't given it to anybody.
You are a medical and psychological marvel.
Why?
Just in general, and these doctors see you, or just they're like, what? you know, yeah, you've had tonsillitis for a month. You know, like, what?
My mom was like, "Why are you going to the doctors? You got better." And I was like, "No, I've stopped complaining about it."
Right? Yeah,
I'm not
I
better.
still feel awful.
Yeah, I still can't.
Very big difference.
Yawn. I still can't fucking eat. I still can't do anything.
Yeah,
But,
it's like, does your sickness impede you from doing anything? Breathing, eating, drinking,
Sleeping.
swallowing, sleeping.
Yeah.
Anything else? No, that's about it. All of the essentials to be alive.
Dude, I went to this nice ass doctor's office. So didn't even take insurance. That kind of nice.
Hey, hey, moving on up. Why? Where? Who? What? When? Where? Why?
It was just on the Upper East Side. It was like if someone got me the appointment because it's like a good ENT because I always have stuff wrong with my throat.
Yes, you got to go like that.
Good. I showed her that picture, that old picture of me. I was like, just to be clear, like I haven't really lost any weight. This is just me a year ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's not you. I was like, that's me. She's like, no, that's a different person. Like you're like, that's like, because she knew what I do for work and stuff like that. So she's like, no, like that's a work thing. Like you're in a suit or something like that. And I was like, nah.
No, I'm in a fat suit. It's just a part of me.
Yeah.
That's bad.
But-
doctors are usually like, I've seen it all, man. When doctors are like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
like
not a
she
good
wasn't
sign.
like, holy shit. Like, look,
Yeah.
there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
But it was. So then I was like, should I get these out because I get tonsillitis all the fucking time?
Yeah.
And I don't get them nearly as often as I think I do because she said to get your tonsils out. First of all, as an adult, it's way worse than a kid.
Definitely.
It is. But she said performers because I was again she knows what I do. Like she said sometimes your voice just gets too gravelly, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm there. It's barely possible to hear what I say.
Yeah.
Well, understand what I say. It's just like a fat, swollen tongued, drunk baby is who's talking, and somehow our listeners can decipher it. It's very impressive.
Yeah, people speak Feidelberg.
But she was like, if you get tonsillitis 7 times in a year, then you should get them out. Or if you get it 5 times 2 years in a row, or 3 times 3 years in a row. And I was like, well, I haven't hit that yet. So.
Who does that? That's crazy. That happens to people.
But you're gonna be happy about this. But the reason I get it so much is probably because of my heartburn, my acid reflux. So guess who's got acid reflux meds now?
Hey. Something you should have done about a decade ago. Hey.
Got that prescript, kid, and fucking got.
That's bad for the fucking diet. Let me tell you what. You're gonna be eating whatever you want now. It's not like it never stopped
Yeah, it
you, though,
literally
right?
never. I never even gave it a second
Never even
thought.
impinged you one bit.
I never.
Not even like
considered
one less
doing
bite.
Anything to curb it.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking. Dude, I remember
Never changed,
Nate
man.
would be like, he's like, dude, just take they have over the counter stuff.
Yeah.
Like, take a omeprazole or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just take a Tums when it happens. What is the point of stopping? that?
I just don't. Yeah, like take a Advil. I guess so.
Dude,
Whatever.
okay, so I have 2 better stories that happened on opposite ends of going to the doctors. Who thinks I'm the toughest man alive because I've been swallowing glass for a month. I got there a little early because it was like an appointment that someone had got for me, and I didn't want to be late. So I got there at like 11:10 for an 11:30 appointment, and I told you this yesterday actually, but my credit card had been hacked, so I was gonna fix it yesterday.
You said like, yeah, my credit card got hacked like 4 days ago. I
Yes.
should probably call them.
Correct, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
I got a call. I made a different call on the way home. The one I've told you about already today as well.
Yeah.
And so I didn't call, and then I was like, you know what? I got 20 minutes. It's a nice day. I'm gonna sit outside. I'm gonna call and resolve this week-long issue that my credit card has been hacked.
No, my bank account's probably cleared out.
Yeah. So I call the guy, and he's like, Daquan was his name. And Daquan was like, all right, like we're just gonna go through some charges. Now this is my card that I don't really use that often. This is
Okay.
like it's like which is why I wasn't
Emergency
so
card or
in
whatever.
like
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
rush
yeah.
to make the call and
Sure,
shit like that.
sure,
It's
sure.
it's just a call that had like a few things connected to it, but really I never use it. So he's like, yep, we got a hold on you because you replied no to a text message. Was this you making this attempt? And I was like, yeah. So he goes, all right. So there were 3 attempts on Venmo last night. Were those you or 2 nights ago? And I was like, yes, that actually was. I was trying to pay someone. Like I realized after the 3rd try, I realized why it wasn't going through because that's the card connected to my Venmo.
Sure.
And then he's like, like a fucking face stuff. Sorry, get wood.
Smooth. God damn.
We'll clean that up.
Nobody will know.
I was like, yep, that was an attempt, right? Nothing went through.
Yeah.
And he goes, correct. Okay, and then 3 at Walmart for $100, $98, and $178. And I was like, no, those are the ones I said no to. Like those are not me.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, I'm just gonna go through like those are not yours. Like I'm just gonna go through a couple of others, and like just let me know if anything's yours.
I love this game.
OnlyFans $9.99, OnlyFans $7.99, OnlyFans $5.99. Like, are there any more Walmarts? Any more Walmarts? Everything else is me. I would have so much rather like some old woman or like no. I was like Daquan knows what was going on, dude. Daquan knew exactly what I was doing.
Absolutely.
There. Sitting on my doctor's fucking stoop on the Upper East Side, like enough of the OnlyFans, enough of the OnlyFans.
That is the only thing, the only man worse.
I said yes to 2. I was like, yep. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, how about OnlyFans $7.99? I was like, yeah. He's like, OnlyFans. I was like, are there any other Walmarts on here?
Yeah, like we could just go ahead. Any of the OnlyFans are okay. Any duplicates from that website are okay. Can you imagine the day that Glenny Balls has to do this? Yeah. Oh my God.
But here's the thing. At least Glenny, I'm guessing, has other purchases mixed in. My that card is connected to OnlyFans.
That's funny. Yeah,
it's like OnlyFans.
Yeah, because you would have a monthly thing, but then all your daily charges.
Yeah,
and all that,
a coffee, a lunch, like that.
Well, the reality for Glenny is probably this is going to happen when his mom gets a fraud charge. Because it's probably all in Glenny's mom's credit card. God, that's. I mean, it's everybody. Not everybody, but others have gone through that. But when you do have to go through it,
I've gone through it. Too many times.
Enough.
Like I'm almost like an addict where like it's like, dude, this has happened to you 4 times now. I mean, maybe it's time to stop.
Any gems out there for the people?
What's up?
Any OnlyFans subscriptions that are gems?
No.
No,
like literally, I just go. Like, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't. I
well, Tyga.
I'll go through.
Tyga's
I'll go through OnlyFans. I'll be like, I'm done with this. This is so stupid.
I wish that's what he did. Like OnlyFans, Carmen Electra. OnlyFans, Adriana Chechik. OnlyFans, Tyga. Dude, yes, and yes.
He's the only person who puts dick on the timeline, dude. He's the only one fucking dropping loads on the fucking TL.
We should. I'm not even kidding you. I shouldn't even say this out loud, but we should find like black market, under the table, cash only plugs. Like we'll plug your OnlyFans because we made Josh Adam Meyer's ex-girlfriend, like tens of thousands of dollars.
Really?
Yeah. When we talked about her on our show. She said she got like a ton more subscriptions. I shouldn't say tens of thousands, but I think she said it was like thousands of dollars a month more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, kind of like, yo, how about you come to us with your OnlyFans? We'll either blatantly plug it. Yeah, I don't want to step on the king's turf, but you either send us a free sample, give us a taste. We'll talk about you either in a very organic or just blatantly like, yo, check this out. You pay us, $25K cash because we're gonna get you, $35K cash.
That kind of kashish. Yeah,
we got it like that. Hey, listen, we've been peddling smut all these years. Yeah. It's finally time to cash in.
That's true.
Listen, our fucking Snapchat show is like the most successful Snapchat show in the history of the world because we're mixing in all these comics, all these porn stars. So it's like breaking all the records. I'm like, finally, the time has come. Time to cash in on being perverts, John.
That's fucking fine.
So if you got an OnlyFans account and you wanna, because honestly, a cosign from us on an OnlyFans account, again, of course, with respect to Leonard Balls. Yeah, it's like who else are you gonna trust?
Yeah,
who else are you gonna trust?
Who else?
I'll tell you the real deal.
I'll tell you what, I just did Colin Terrell's podcast, and I had him and his producers floored with how many porn stars I could name. They were like. I was in a room with 4 dudes, and they were like, pervert.
I have always been thoroughly impressed too.
Yeah, I thought you and I kind of like kindred spirits here.
Yes, but no, because there's 2 things.
Well, but also I want to tell you what I was up against. They couldn't figure out who the demon chick who takes 6 dicks in her hole is.
Yeah, I mean there are certain things that are like. I was gonna say Bonnie Rotten.
No.
Oh,
he's trying to touch it.
The demon chick?
Yeah, he just like
okay.
You gotta say it in an Irish accent. The fucking demon chick.
Yeah. All right. But either way, if it's Adriana, however you describe her, you should know her.
Yeah.
But I know quite a bit. There's 2 things that play here. One is I think just straight memory. Like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, if I saw it, I would know it or whatever. But also, I'm also just trying to be in with the cool kids sometimes and just going along with some of the, because sometimes you guys have deep knowledge.
Yeah.
So there were times where you and YP were going back and forth, and I was totally the guy like, yeah, man, yeah, totally. Like, you ever heard of Jenna Jameson, man? But no, I would probably be more perverted than you because you'll know like stars. You know me. I know the couples. I know the boyfriends' names and shit. Right. Like I know worse shit than you. I can tell you, like what their jobs are, like their day jobs. Anyway, so yeah, we'll start our OnlyFans racket. You got something else?
I actually got 2 more things now.
Okay, because I got a couple things here too. Yeah.
So then after the doctor's appointment, I was going to do Colin Terrell's podcast, which is out today. And I was early for that too, so I took the subway down, because I was on the Upper East Side, so I took the subway down to Grand Central, and I just walked across town because I had time. And I was hungry, so I stopped at Sophie's Cuban Cafe, which I love. Okay. Sophie's fucks. Got myself a Cubano, and then I'm walking across this 38th and 6th. I'm walking, so it's probably like 38th and 7th-ish. There is a homeless man, and I'm gonna try and speak loudly, maybe. And at this point, I can probably bring the mic with me, right? Oh, hang on. Yep. Okay. That was racist.
Hoi Kamishka. That sounded
sound Portuguese.
Hoi Kamishka. Hadouken.
And so I'm walking, and I got I'll even do it in my hand here. I got my Cubano, right? I got it in the wrap, and I'm just kind of having a good day, right? I'm listening to Fall Out Boy, eating my Cubano, kind of just smiling. And then I see to my left a homeless man with his pants completely down.
Right around his ankles.
Right around his ankles.
Dick out.
Totally dick out, right? And he's spreading his own ass cheeks.
Oh, sure.
As he grinds them up and down the wall like this. I don't know, like he's spreading. I'm trying to hold the microphone here.
In a corner, like you're doing?
In a corner, yeah.
Wow.
And he's just dropping it like this. And I
against what kind of a surface?
It was like pavement, like a granite. I don't fucking know, something
smooth or rough.
Something you don't want on your asshole, dude.
Rough.
It wasn't tongue. I'll tell you that. And so I saw it, and it was just so absurd, and I was in a good mood. I started laughing while I continued to eat. I was like. And then I saw some dude walking my way who was horrified by the whole scene.
Yeah.
By what he seen with the homeless man. And then he looked at me laughing and continuing to eat my pork sandwich. And I made him recoil. Like, ah! Like he was like, gross.
You're despicable.
Dude. Like he saw a homeless guy wiping his asshole on a building and then saw
and
me.
You eating your
and
sandwich,
I was the one that
laughing.
got the more physical reaction out of him.
Now you're in New York. I mean, I will say what you were doing just right there looked like it might, get me going. I don't know.
That might get you going.
I don't know. That looked.
I'll tell you what. Through pants, it didn't feel too bad.
That's what I'm saying. I've thought of worse things that could happen to me. I don't know about bare ass on a stone wall, but man, people are.
It was crazy,
some of
dude.
this.
He was dropping it low. Like it was impressive.
You just don't quite. You really got to take a step back sometimes and fully appreciate how like someone from the Midwest will never see that.
Yeah.
Like they don't even see. There are people who live, in rural. I can't say the word rural. Rural. It's hard, Should be like ruly or something. Make a new fucking word for that. Rural. If you live in the farmland, you might not see any strangers, period. You just see your family, and then maybe you take a trip into town and you see some people. So the mere fact that we're just constantly surrounded by strangers to the point that you bump into them when you walk, or they'll harass you or accost you, but also to the point that you might see them rub their asshole against the corner of a wall, and you're just like, you know, that almost makes me feel like that was the uncut version of In the Clouds. Look at that guy. High five.
It's been a pretty good day. Today could be In the Clouds.
Today you went to the doctor and found out you've had tonsillitis for a month. You saw a homeless person rubbing their asshole on a wall.
I also found out I have hearing damage.
You have hearing damage and like bank fraud, and you embarrass yourself in front of the banker. What about this is a good day?
I put that together.
What is a good day?
I don't know, man. I've been happy today, bro.
This is how you know it's all chemical, man. It ain't about out here. It's what's in here.
Yeah, man. It's just been a good day. Speaking of, this is a really good day. This is more chemical things. I got an email from my mom last night at 9:40. Actually, wait. I'm gonna do two more quick things. One, you're talking about rural people, okay? People living in rural areas who never see anything. Yeah. My mom hit me with one of the most depressing thoughts.
No, you don't say.
Of all time. She said, so our dog's name is Maddie, and like she lives in the country now. And
meaning she's dead?
No. Like they live like out in the country.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you think she thinks all the other dogs died? It's
like all the dogs in the neighborhood she used to see.
She's like, she hasn't seen a dog in 6 months. Do you think she thinks she's the last one left?
I Am Legend type shit.
I was like, I never thought about that, but I will take you to a fucking dog park.
Yeah.
That is.
I think about that sometimes with humans. I got a text actually from someone who we used to work with, and she lives in my old building in Manhattan, and just found out about it. She's like, I've been living here for 2 years, and I just found out who used to live in apartment 12A. And she sent me a picture of the doorman, my doorman Timmy. And he's still there doing his thing. And I mean, we talked every day I lived there. I guess I didn't live there that long, but every day for 2 years, talk about the Mets. We do the usual doorman, renter type of chit chat. And like he saw, like he actually said he was like, everybody in this building has a golden doodle, and the OG was Duncan. He was the first one that they were on that trend early. He didn't see like the birth of the kids, but maybe pregnancy, like. So, you like live with these people, and then it's like, okay, see you never, or the guy at the corner store where you live, or the whatever. And then you move, and you just have a whole new replacement set, or a job. You quit a job, and those people you see every day are just gone. But at least those they know. Someone like a corner store guy might be like, I don't know, that guy could be dead.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And maybe a lot of them are. Yeah. Like we just poof, gone, never see them again. They're dead. But for dogs, they don't even know what's going on.
Know anything. Like she can't hear barks anymore. Like when I lived in the city, like there were houses around, dogs around. People walk their dogs in front of the house.
Yeah. Nothing. Just me and these humans.
Just the three of us are the only things left on this planet.
Yeah. She probably thinks it's like the post-apocalyptic war.
And then sometimes I magically show up.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, it's a weird fucking thought.
But the last thing I have is an email my mom sent me last night at 9:45 p.m. Yes.
Fuck.
9:45 p.m. Subject is poetry.
Okay.
The name of the poem is "This Be the Verse" by Philip Larkin. This is the very first thing. There's no hello. There's no hello. There's no nothing. It's poetry, and then right into "This Be the Verse." Okay. They fuck you up, your mom and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with faults they had. Add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old style hats and coats, who half the time were sloppy stern and half at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can and don't have any kids yourself. Now she sends me a note and it says, I am taking a literature class this summer and this is the initial reading. More to come. XO and sorry for everything, Mom.
Are you sure that's not a suicide note?
No, if she had not, she texted me right afterwards about something completely different about taxes. And I was like, had she not sent that text, I'd have been like, yo, what's the deal?
Yeah. Sorry about everything. What do you mean, Mom? Everything. All of it.
I read a poem and now I realize how much I fucked up.
Everything that's ever happened to you because I brought you into this world. All of it. How about this while we're sharing? I get a text today from my nanny. So this morning I went over to to the kids, today's their last day of school because tomorrow, Thursday and Friday is graduation and shit. Graduation.
Graduation from
Shay is kindergarten, which I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
Keegan is graduating from 4-year-old pre-K. It's 2 hours a day. It's glorified babysitting. It's like he goes to gym class for like an hour a day, and he's graduating. And some of the fucking kids in his class are having a graduation party.
Oh, really?
Like, bro, what? He's friends with some of these kids, so I'm just gonna go. I'm like, call it what it is. You're having a play date.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You're not having a fucking graduation party for a goddamn 4-year-old, okay? But I get a text from my nanny. So I went over in the morning. I hang out. I give him breakfast, get him ready. I usually take Shay, come back, then take Keegan. I go to school at different times. Today I had to get in early, so I took Shay and I said, Keegan, I gotta go. I'm going to work. Like, love you. See you later. I guess I don't know. He didn't understand that I wasn't coming back to pick him up. So I just get a text. Hey, Keegan was very upset this morning when he realized you weren't coming back and taking him to school. He said, when is daddy coming back? Is he stuck in traffic? Just thought you should know. Oh, did you? You just thought, hey, divorced dad, here's this thing that you have absolutely no control over right now as you sit and work that happened in the past that can no longer be fixed in any way, shape, or form that you have no control over. It's gonna ruin your day. And you can't do anything about it. Just thought you should know. Thank you very much, Miss Lippy.
They fuck you up, your mom and dad.
God damn it. Unreal, man. The only thing that I can confidently pass down to the next generation, I know I'm not fucking them up, is tell them about Revitalite. I'm gonna get these kids drinking Revitalite this summer. I'm gonna have Keegan ripping that blue raspberry, the black label from Barstool Sports. I'm gonna be putting them in their little sippy cups and in their thermoses and stuff, because Revitalite is the best way to get advanced hydration into your body to replenish the vital fluids and the minerals and all that good stuff. It's better than just water. Water. How about you hook me up with some of that good stuff with the electrolyte formula that you find in all the stuff, the drinks that you give your babies when they're young. You know, that's the thing. They actually, they've been drinking that.
Yeah, forever.
So it's like, why do you stop? You drink it when you're a kid, when you're sick, and when you need all the hydration. Then all of a sudden you stop. Now you come back around. No. Just keep on drinking it, whether you're a baby or whether you're out there boozing. It helps you fight through hangovers. It helps you stay hydrated. Helps you do all of it. Hydrate responsibly. Right now, you can get that Barstool Black Label, which is the berry frost flavor, where you drink half a bottle in the pregame, I think, half a bottle, or mix it when you're drinking. Finish the bottle when you go home at night. Drink a full bottle in the morning, and that's the motto right there. That's the game plan to fight that hangover. Go to the Barstool store where you can buy it online amongst all of our other merch, or go to go to the Barstool store. You can buy it with all of our other merch and tag us at Drink Revitalite. Speaking of other merch, Baby's First T-shirts out. Jackie's got her I Just Live shirt. I don't live and learn. I just live.
Is that out? Is that tweeted out?
It's out. Mm-hmm. Everything's out. Crew neck and T-shirt. I think it has the chance to be like a full brand for her. Now, I also put out a poll, and I said, should Jackie's hive of fans be called the Beanie Babies?
Oh.
Or, based on this new brand here, I Just Live, the Livers. I'm a liver. I'm not a learner. I'm a liver. And then people who like fuck with you and you get like your enemies, you're a fucking learner.
I like
I'm a liver. The Beanie Babies versus the Livers. I think the Beanie Babies was crushing in the poll. To be honest,
I think I like Beanie Babies.
Let me see.
I kind of like livers.
I like them both, to be honest.
I mean, you can have a couple, right? There's like. Well, no, I mean, you got to have like your one. Yeah, Beanie Babies is 73-27. So, pretty solid.
I mean, also that is, if we're going to really start kind of connecting things, little spoiler alert for a future episode, Josh Richards knows about the Bean Girl story and now recognizes Jackie as Bean Girl. So it feels like one you kind of want to lean into.
I mean, she finally is coming around on the idea of leaning into it. Not because of us and our good advice, just because Josh Richards said it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." Oh my god. Oh my god.
How was that bean thing, by the way?
It was fine.
That's how I figured it was fine.
Eating the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, I
thing.
could see it actually kind of being kind of good.
Yeah, definitely.
And the chocolate?
So everybody buy the shirt so that Jackie does not need to pimp her body out and sell her feet and get scammed. I said to her, I was just trying to put together a tweet being like, buy the shirt so that Jackie doesn't need to go on seeking arrangements or sell her feet, or I was just looking for a couple other things. And I was like, what are the other things you've done for money? And she was like, well, she's like, I got scammed with Cutco knives. I got scammed with Fabletics. I lost $600. I was like, how many times? Yeah, what happened with Fabletics?
I don't know. I guess I like signed up for like a reward. I thought I was signing up for a rewards program, but it was like a presidential subscription or something where like I have the option of like buying like $200 a month of leggings, but I don't know. I just didn't see it. So I thought I was signing up for something else, and then it just ended up charging my card like
Every month.
$600.
It sounds like you signed up for a subscription service and didn't use a subscription.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was like I signed up for like a discount, thinking I was gonna get like a discount, 3 leggings for $24. But then I didn't. I clicked the box that said it was like a bunch of terms and services. I remember this being like that was kind of sus. And then I clicked a box that said I will like pay $200 a month, like $100 a month or something. And this went on for like whatever.
What a box. Yeah. You know, do you want to pay $24? Click here if you want to pay $600. Only you, babe. So support the girl so that she doesn't have to become a sugar baby. She can just stay bean girl and make that money. I don't live and learn. I just live. We got to talk about a couple things here. First of all, I think I know where you stand on this issue. But the live golf thing is one of my favorite things that's ever happened.
Well, where do you think I stand?
I think that you would do it in a heartbeat.
It depends who I am. If I was Tiger, I would not.
No. But do you know what he got offered?
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Or close to $1 billion.
Yeah. I mean,
like
your career is basically over. You can be like, yeah.
And it is so like, you know, everyone's mad for 10 minutes. Like, no one's gonna remember if it's successful. I mean, if it fails, then you're gonna be a laughing stock.
I don't know. I mean, Saudi Arabia does some fucked up shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like
every time something, you know, anytime there's
the only company that works in Saudi Arabia.
No,
have you heard? Let me tell you about
brother.
it.
Let me tell you what goes on in America. Yeah, that's why I don't have a problem with it. But they're just a little more. Let's call it demonstrative with like chopping off hands and stuff, murdering journalists and shit. They do.
No, but I'm saying like if you're yelling at me, yell at fucking Biden. Like everyone works with this fucking government.
Yes,
you're right.
Totally,
you're right. And what's happening in China is awful too. And but I can't fucking fix it. I might as well get money while I'm here.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I
what I thought you would be
yelled at. That's not.
So that's what I asked Zab this question. Zab was like, "Cash rules, man." But where is your cutoff for, not because of the morality? Let's be fucking honest. Nobody in the world, except for the very, very, selfless people, go out there and try to stop what's happening in Saudi Arabia anyway.
Everyone else what would you do?
What
is this, a fucking movie?
Do?
What would I do?
What would one even do, right? So
I'll sit here right now. And say fucking MBS. I'm not doing a podcast for you for anything less than $100 million. There's my part.
Right. Like,
what can I do?
Yeah. So there's really no action to take. And so, you know, the idea of
I'm
like
way less than that, by the way.
Of like, yeah, I mean,
way
like a fraction of a fraction of that.
Doesn't even need to be in the
Bro, I will go live in Saudi Arabia for some of that money. Give me a break. No, I won't live in Saudi Arabia.
How many figures in $1 million? 7?
7 figures.
Sub 7 will get me.
I think that anybody who says like they wouldn't do it for like their conscience is a fucking liar. Because there's a difference between the morality of it and being bothered by the people who have a problem with the morality of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't care. I don't love it. I don't want it to be happening. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I can't stop it, can't fix it. So it's not my problem. It's not an issue that I have to worry about in my day-to-day life for me and my family. What I do care about is if after every single round, I have a horde of reporters being like, Kevin Clancy, there was a woman who was murdered in Saudi Arabia today because she doesn't have rights, and that's who writes your checks. What do you think about that? I don't want to do, Greg Norman's up there. He's just like, well, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Next question. Like, you ain't give a fuck. I would,
where's that energy with politicians?
Sure.
Because again, as a government, we do business with them.
Yeah, it's like you should be. Well, I guess those people don't have access to like Joe Biden and shit. They have access to Dustin Johnson.
But you could do it with a congressman. You could do it with senators. Like, why are you fucking yelling at an athlete? What is he gonna do?
Yeah, because they want to write an article and they want to quote.
Right.
They need they have all their ulterior motives.
I agree. It is unsavory to say the very least. But like, I don't know. I learned this little trick when I was defending Kraft with the hand job stuff.
A little bit of a different scenario.
Sure. But it was like everything you trace back to where it's coming from is
bad
evil,
people,
right?
Yeah.
Like every single thing, why are you taking Nike's money? What about Nike's this? Why are you taking Apple's money? Why do like everything is gonna take you to a third world country where people are being exploited and their rights are being abused.
100%.
Like, and that sucks and it's awful and I wish it wasn't happening, but I don't know.
But that's where
make money too.
It's just the good guys and the bad guys.
Right.
Saudi Arabia is the bad guys. Like, we're the fucking bad guys. All these, especially golf, all these banks that sponsor something, they're the worst.
Right,
all
right.
these fancy luxury brands that like run the golf courses or sponsor the golf courses. Like, all this shit is rich, affluent, dirty blood money that stays in the hands of the rich and keeps down the poor and funds drugs and funds violence and sex and all of it is bad. Money is bad. Yeah. All the money in the world is dirty money. But there just is, publicly a difference between like Saudi Arabia and America. So I've heard that like basically it's not like a salary or whatever. It's like, boom, you have $130 million in your bank account right now. Like, you sign it, I push a button, $130 million to Dustin Johnson.
This is a true cash on the table.
Yes.
Right? This isn't like...
it's not a it's not like you get $10 million up front and then we'll pay you over time and we'll defer it and
it's also if things go well, maybe we'll no, here's your money.
No.
Here it is right
and
now.
then there is an upside too. It's like, this is what you get now, and then you have a chance to make like 50 to 70 million more. But right now, bingo bango, we will double, triple, quintuple, 10x your net worth. And all you got to do is sign this and play. And also, what's crazy is like, I was trying to compare it to other sports. You can't really do that because it's you against the golf course,
Right.
Like, baseball players would take the money, of course, but it's also like, I want to play in the major leagues. I can't go to Japan and just be like, I'm beating up on inferior competition my whole life. I want a legacy. I want to be the best. I want to compete, all that shit. But in golf, it's like, you go get 10 really good guys. Get a bunch of other scrubs. They all compete against the course anyway. So it's not even like they're sacrificing.
What's the deal with the
sport.
teams?
Yeah, that I don't quite understand. That, I mean, it's pretty convoluted with, Zach knows it all. It's just like team play and shotgun starts and all these things.
First of all, I just saw a quote. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but some reporter asked them during a press conference if Vladimir Putin had a whatever it's called, had a league, would you play in that? And they were like, I'm not answering that question. And then they asked the dude from South Africa, would you play in apartheid South Africa? And he's like, these are hypothetical questions.
Yeah,
and
I would duck those, but I do understand what they're saying.
But it's also just be like, I am taking a fuck ton of money. But anyways, yeah, so there's 12 teams, 48 golfers. There's like a draft, so they just did like a draft. So it's like they have 12 captains. They basically draft all the guys, whatever, and then you go out. I don't really know the exact team format. Like, I think it's just like combined score or whatever. There's no cut, so everyone gets to play. And they're only playing 3 days instead of 4. So yeah,
it's kind of like
you play less
like
golf,
fun
effectively
golf.
for more money.
It's like regular guys on the weekend rules type shit. You know what I mean? And so they're.
I wouldn't play. I wouldn't take. It wouldn't be money thing. I wouldn't join this league because of the name. Sounds like a fucking club people get date raped at.
You know what it is? It's just the Roman numeral for 54 because you play 54 holes.
Oh
Yeah.
What are you saying over there? Fucking.
Live is a club that Dave very popularly goes to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he knows. Yeah, no, he's aware. Yeah.
Oh, you guys explaining to me that Live is a real club? Thanks, guys.
That was John's point. That was what. I don't
like the number 11. It sounds like a fucking club in Miami.
I don't even give a shit about the play. You know what? If these guys were smart, they should have. You sign, you get the money, and here's a packet on all of the talking points on how to be like, when they say like, would you play for Vladimir Putin? I'd be like, who do you write for? Like the New York Times? Like, well, I'm pretty sure the CEO of the New York Times did XYZ, who works along with this child rapist, or and then it's like, boom, they should have been prepared, because you can say these are all hypotheticals. I'm not answering this, but these are parallel type questions where it's just like you need to just be able to say, well, the people who work for the PGA also do XYZ and ABC.
But also also the first person to say like, it's money, guys. It's money.
Well, Dustin Johnson said, I did it he pointed to his family and was like, I did it what's best for me and my family. Which is like, the politer way to say like cash rules, man. He doubled his net worth like in a day, his whole career, and then can make, tens of millions more.
If they didn't want this to happen, why doesn't the PGA say, if you do this, and I'm sure, I don't know what I'm talking about. So like, I'm sure there's reasons why they can't.
I think they did. What you're saying, ban them?
Not ban them, but like Phil said, he has every intention of playing in the majors, right?
Yeah. So the PGA Tour doesn't run the majors. The majors are like private.
Oh.
So the U.S. Open's next week. They all get to play in the U.S. Open.
I see.
The other places have not yet said it, but if the majors ban you, there might be, like, you're never going to play in the Masters again. But the Masters, you want to talk about a fucked up institution. Right. The Masters might just be like, oh, yeah, we do that all the time in the Saudi Arabians. Like, come on down. So if you can still play.
Tell them, Condoleezza.
Yeah. So the problem is, the only thing you're not going to be able to play in is like the Buick Invitational.
Right, okay.
And those guys like, fuck that.
Heartbeat,
yeah.
Man, dude.
And so it's like, I think it's very cool that like, not cool because again, Saudi Arabians. But like, anytime there's been a challenger to a major major league, it just never works. This is working.
Yeah,
working.
I still can't. I mean, I'm not exactly the target audience here, but like something about just the live.
That's really bugging you, huh?
Like going to that channel and like want to watch the live tournament. Like, ugh. No. I don't want to watch the live tournament.
that affects me 0%.
I mean, it's
really, what the PGA Tour should do now? It's
more the golf.
The PGA Tour now should do like, hi, we're having like the Tiger Invitational, where Tiger Woods is sponsoring this event. All money goes to prosthetics for little girls who have their hands chopped off in the Saudi Arabia. Like, I would lean into that. Everything, every single day is all about, how horrible Saudi Arabia can be. But listen, when a guy who's nicknamed the Shark gets his hands on a few $100 million and backed by Saudi Arabians, shit's gonna go down.
It is unfortunate. They should have hired better photographers, because the pictures coming out are atrocious.
all this money and you guys can't get some good headshots of.
They all look like they put. If they got $120 million, they all look like they just did 119 worth of cocaine.
And guess what? They probably did. That's probably the other thing is like, hey, you're gonna get all this money and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, the world in general is a bad place. So you can't stop that. You can only hope to try to make your way through it, and that's where BetterHelp comes in, where they can help you online, where you don't need to contact with a doctor directly in person. You can get a BetterHelp therapist through text, through phone calls, and through FaceTime. So that greatly reduces the amount of time it takes to find a doctor, greatly reduces the costs, reduces all the awkward interactions of like, I don't want to wait in the waiting room. I don't want to have to find my way to find this doctor. I just sign up. They match you within a couple days, within 48 hours. You do your session. If you don't like it, move on to the next one until you find somebody. And then you can have regularly scheduled therapy sessions, like I said, either via text, phone call, or FaceTime, all at a fraction of the costs. And on top of that, BetterHelp is offering people 10% off your first month when you go to betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BetterHelp.com/KFC. Get 10% off that first month of therapy. Prioritize yourself and talk with someone over the internet who can help you navigate this crazy old fucked up world. Every day, seeing something new and crazy and fucked up, none of which compares to the 12-minute mark of season 3, episode 1 of The Boys, which was a television scene I was not prepared for. I was told The Boys, if you haven't seen it.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I knew going into it that I
knew what it was.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it right away. So I knew.
Wait, Jackie, do you know what this is?
No.
Do we have footage of it? I'd like to get a reaction. I have it on my phone. If not,
you got Prime, right? So anyway, I will say that I watched it a few days late, probably. So I knew that in the first 10 minutes that
something happens.
There was something crazy.
Okay.
The second that I saw what was happening at the party where he was fucking a Barbie doll, I knew exactly what was happening.
You knew it was gonna. You knew that exact thing was gonna happen.
I didn't know it was gonna go in the dick. I knew the Thanos tweet was happening.
So.
The second I saw that dude fucking a Barbie.
The character in and The Boys, if you don't know it, is a show on Amazon Prime. It's an awesome show. I just texted it to you if you want to. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a very, if you can use the word realistic while talking about superheroes, it's a very realistic take on if the world had superheroes, this is how it would go. They would become militarized. They would become super rock stars. They would become greedy and perverts and violent because that's, absolute power corrupts absolutely sort of shit. And so this show is very violent, very sexual, very weird, and they always push the envelope.
And this season in particular, I think, is so fucking good in the sense that...
Wait, hang on. Don't. So, I mean, in the past, they've had, they had a guy blow himself in a season, like a clone was sucking his own dick. They've had sex scenes that are basically fight scenes. People's heads going through the walls. They've had explosions of bodies, and they've done it all. This one involves a superhero that his ability is he can shrink down to like a microscopic size. So let's do it. We'll do a reaction. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? You saw it? Okay. So you two can watch it.
So, but I think we're a little late here a little bit. So just to be clear, this guy has been doing cocaine.
Right. So he's partying with his boyfriend or some guy. He's ripping lines and sneezing all over the place. And the guy says, I want you inside of me. Okay? Mm-hmm. So Termite Man is inside of this guy's dick, rubbing the inner walls, starts to sneeze. Now he's in this dick as a microscopic guy.
Oh my God.
Termite Man, I love it. So he hops in the dick and he does like the wiggle with his feet to get in. It looks like if you're a older person like me, if you've ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where the set was like all these giant, it's a giant piece of furniture and a giant bottle. This is just a gigantic dickhead.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
They built it.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's all this huge.
I thought it was because of the tweet when I first. I knew it was happening. So when I first saw him jump in, I was like, "That is not a very realistic looking butthole."
No, it's not. It ain't. So he jumps in the dick, is scratching and rubbing the insides of the dick tunnel, and then
Would that feel good? I guess it's kind of like a reverse gerbil.
Now stuff going up your dick hole is a thing.
I know.
I do not get that at all because anytime I've gotten soap or anything even close to the tip, it hurts in here, like in here. And so I'm thinking if something were to go in, it would be more pain than anything. But to each their own. Whatever floats your boat, don't yuck your yum. And then he grows to full size and explodes the guy from the inside out, which was like a meme / joke / theory that Marvel fans came up with for Ant-Man. They said, why doesn't Ant-Man shrink down to size, go up Thanos' ass, and explode him, and then the fight is over? So these guys probably were like, the internet has talked about this. The internet wants that. Which I love. It's like, shows like that, they're just like, let's give the people what they want. Because we're the show that can... Marvel's not going to do that. We can do that. And in order to... We'll tweak it, we're going up the dick hole.
Well, that's not why they went up the dick hole. They went up the dick hole because they've already done a butt death.
They've already done a butt death?
Yeah, with the chick squishing the guy's head.
Yeah, that was awesome. That girl with this guy was eating her ass and she just crushed his head with her fucking butt. The show's great. This was actually, I thought this was like, I was like, okay. Like, we're good. 3 seasons in, we've done something crazy every season. Like, we're good. Where do you even go from here if you want to continue to raise the bar? But in it was funny. In it, the guy says, he's like, oh, yeah, that's it. Get to the prostate. And the conversation that John and I had about that was cracking me up. John's the prostate's in your butt. not your dick. Your prostate's in your dick. So every time I'm fucking my own ass.
No. I was just
It was
saying, I'm like technically right now my dick's in my ass.
Yeah, right. Right.
Like
Which
if
is
the
not.
prostate's connected to my dick, then you're like, yeah, the whole path is there.
but the prostate is a part of your dick, track, if you will.
I guess in that-
you
like,
could just
that's like saying
feel
I'm
it
like-
through your asshole.
Oh, really?
Like so.
Zach
So-
doesn't know. How's that supposed to know?
So like this. So when you go in your ass, you're in your rectum, and then you push like your rectum wall against your prostate.
Well, I didn't know that.
But
No, I
you
didn't
did
know
if you
that.
think about it. Because that was the conversation we had. So I mean the back and forth for two grown men, technically talking about like work, because I was like, this is the conversation we're going to be having. I said to him, he goes, wait, your dick connects to your butt? So I'm technically always fucking my own ass. God is a pervert.
That is a weird
And
thing
I
to
said,
do.
well, you're not actually touching your prostate when you're in your ass. You're just pushing on it. You're in your colon. I think. I'm not Bill Nye. And you go, what are you, a doctor?
Like-
But yeah, because think
I'll
about
tell
it.
you what, you sound like a pervert. like, no, did you go 3 inches up on the wall and push? That's it.
Well, now you sound like a pervert.
Well, I just saw a graphic. I kind of did the math.
Because well, think about if I were to tell you that something was up your asshole, you wouldn't think you know what's up your ass, right? It's like
No,
your colon
no, I
and your
don't.
rectum and
I
shit. That's where the
literally-
shit comes from.
I would have said my colon is my fucking outside is the fucking hole.
Your colon's the hole.
Yeah, no, it's the sphincter.
The sphincter's the hole. The little thing's
Bro,
the
I don't
rectum,
know
and then the
shit about
rectum.
shit, dude.
But this is literally about shit. This is the shit system. Over here is the dick system. I
don't know
They
about
just
either.
happen to like be touching each other, so you can kind of push and feel it.
Don't even get
It's
started
like,
on the
uh,
vaginal system, because guess what? I don't know shit about that either.
It's like if I were. It's like I don't know if you push. So if you push like your stomach, and it hits like your bladder, you're not pushing your bladder. You're pushing your stomach into your bladder. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So this is like you're in your asshole and your rectum, which is hitting the prostate. So you're kind of pushing against.
I literally
thought you were hitting
I
the prostate?
absolutely thought your prostate was back there. That I can definitively say. I thought
So you thought your prostate was mixed up with your shit and stuff?
I thought your prostate was in your butt. Like in your butt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did too, but then when I thought about it, I was like, oh, no, it's not.
Because that's what everyone said forever. Everyone said that. How do you get
just
to the
the way-
prostate? It's on the butt.
So if you think about it, but so that's why this
So he's
dude,
running deep
because
into the...
if you go, so your prostate makes your cum, your semen, or your sperm, one of those two things. One of those.
Guess
you
what,
know.
Kevin? I think they're the same.
Right. So it makes all that shit, and then it pushes it. It shoots it into your dick. So think about if guys like getting their prostate touched, and you're through the butt.
But-
This guy was going to get the direct
Yeah.
good. He was going to get someone hitting the actual prostate through the dick.
That's
So that's
it.
why he was like, get to the prostate, get to the prostate.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be worth a shot. Worth the risk. of being ripped in half by a coke sneeze.
Does seem like something if you were I guess because you're all coked up, but I feel like if that was your superpower, you would either A, know how to control that, or B, know that is a very serious pitfall.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it, but just, beware.
Yeah, no.
Beware,
no,
man.
use my prostate like the blob.
Boing. That is, but I think that's the craziest scene in TV history, all things considered. It's a coke binge with a superpower crawling into a dick, which they show, inside of a dick, which they show. Look, I don't think the inside, I don't know, that looked like the inside of a pussy almost, like with like the, that looked like,
It's
that
the
looked
same
like
thing.
a fleshlight.
It's the same thing.
I don't think it is.
That's what I've heard. I've heard a clit is a fucking just a little dick.
Yeah.
And I've heard from scientists in bars. And that the
There's
inside
no
of a
way
dick
the inside
is,
of a
is
dick.
like a pussy wall.
There's no way that's true. Because the pussy wall is designed to feel good.
People say that's what the dick feels like.
But that's not designed for that. The inside of the dick is a tube to get cum and piss out. There's no way that feels good. That's just to get stuff out.
That's not what Rick said.
And then the explosion from the inside and the blood everywhere. Can you think of a scene that's crazier than that? I mean, that is number one, and I don't know how much you can top it because we're doing full male nudity in the form of gigantic size.
But also in the regular size. Like that
yeah,
that dude
that
was
guy's
taking
dick's
a lot,
out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can beat it. I mean, when he says, "I want you inside me," he starts taking his pants off. I thought it was the butt too, but then he kind of goes like this, and like you realize he's putting it on the table, and then I was like, "Oh, I know what's going on here." But even it's a very cool scene. Even the way he jumps over the Coke line.
Yeah.
It's like a little mountain, and like everything is giant size, including the dick. Oh, imagine like dolphining your way into a dick. You know what the inside of a dick must smell and like how hot it is.
I think that it probably smells like pussy.
Depends on where that dick's been, I suppose. You know,
what the inside
probably smells like the inside of that guy's butt. I don't think it smells like pussy. It smells like that butt.
The pussy just smells like the inside of the human body. Like if you cut your arm and smell it, it smells like pussy.
Yeah, well, it's like all those things, blood and all the flesh.
If you were fucking okay, so here's the, if you cut yourself working out and you got a little bit of blood out and you smelled it, it's pussy.
Yeah, it's the pennies. It's that metallic.
You got a little copper, a little sweat.
Yeah,
pussy.
That's it. So you put a little
That's
salt.
all. Pussy smells like iron and sweat. That's it.
That's it. You put a little salt on a penny and you're good to go. If you want to replicate it at home, you don't want to cut yourself. Take a penny, dip it in water, pour some salt on it, suck on it. That's pussy. If you're lucky.
Jackie's reluctantly laughing over there. That's what we call it, an inquisitive laugh. She's thinking while she's doing it.
Do girls ever like check out their own situation? Dude, like I'm telling you right now, if I was a girl, as soon as I learned about that, like that guys are like, "Oh my god, that girl's pussy smelled bad," I'd be like,
I've never smelled a bad pussy.
out. You haven't?
I don't think so.
Well, I have.
Maybe once or twice, but it's that's not a regular issue I've run into.
I haven't regularly.
I like a little salt on the rim anyway, though. So.
Heavens to Betsy.
I get my margaritas with salt on the rim. little taste. It's too clean to have. Go run a lap or two.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's okay. That I draw the line. That scene, okay. That I draw the line.
No, that was
disgusting. That's disgusting. That was disgusting. I don't like that. That was disgusting. That just makes me upset. Goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Huh? Yeah, no, that is disgusting. John might be like that, but the rest of us like to have our and our partner's area all well kept. You know, nobody wants an unkempt. Yeah, Manscaped. Manscaped has the lawnmower 4.0. That is basically just a clipper, by the way. You want to use that for, of course, you can do the manscaping, but you can do like the back of your neck, you can do your chest, you can do your face, you can do it all. It comes with the like, what is it called? Like the thing that you clip on, so you can do it short length, medium length, or right up against it. You cut it, and then they also have an array of lotions and serums and deodorants that you put on so that it smells fresh and good, because most of the world wants it to be that way except for John.
I want it bad. It's just you fucking taste
a little something.
Little spice on it. Come on, dude.
Bam! Little emerald. Bam on it.
Sorry, I like a little salt and pepper on my chicken.
my tuna. My tacos. Right now, like I said, is the Lawnmower 4.0. It has the skin-safe technology. They have the Weed Whacker for the ears and the nose hairs. I don't think I have ear hair.
Nah, I don't notice any new.
I get a little bit like right there.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple Nazis lately.
I've trimmed them like that, but the ear hair thing you can just go, just go right up the schnoz and get them all done. And then they have the Crop Preserver with the anti-chafing ball deodorant. They have the Crop Reviver, which is a spray that I think tightens your balls up. I personally like a low hang, but if you want them to yoink, you do the little spray. And on top of that, there's a travel bag that it all comes in. Right now, you can go to manscaped.com, use promo code KFC, and get 20% off plus free shipping. That's manscaped.com, promo code KFC. Let's get into our Am I the Assholes? We have a monster guest today in Michael Che. So we'll get to him. Of course, we got our voicemails. Did you just take all those out of order, you motherfucker?
No.
Okay.
No, that's in order. I was surprised to see eBay on there.
Yeah, we got our 6 ads back. We're back in business. plus a new sponsor in there. So, am I the asshole today? This one has gone viral. Am I the asshole for not having catering at my wedding? Me, female 28, and my fiance, 30-year-old male, just got married 2 months ago, and we had our dream wedding. Everything was perfect, and I mean everything. My parents and his parents helped us pay for a great chunk of the wedding, so we were debt-free, and we're so eternally grateful for that. The issue arose about a month and a half ago when my aunt started posting on Facebook about how disappointed she was in the whole ordeal, and a few guests sided with her. Background: my fiance and I are huge Disney fans. We travel to Disney World as much as we can throughout the year. Disney is such an important part, not only to us, but also to our marriage. Okay, you're the asshole. Next up, right? But the issue was with our decision to not offer catering services / bar services at our wedding due to routing the money towards having a wedding Minnie and Mickey Mouse appearances on our special day. The cost to have both Minnie and Mickey for a good chunk of time, 30 minutes, was almost exactly what our parents allotted for our catering budget. So we scheduled an appearance during our first dance and throughout our wedding photos, foregoing served food, although there were plenty of facilities at the venue where people could eat. My parents were still very supportive of us, but everyone else is being passive-aggressive about it on Facebook. Edit on the info to those asking if the guests were warned. We clearly outlined in the invitation that there was food available at the venue. We didn't exactly spell out every restaurant's menu, but it was certainly mentioned. There was also vending machines available throughout. For everyone saying that it's too much for too much money for 30 minutes, I want to clarify that it was 2 30-minute sessions on different days. $27.50 was the cost for one session. So that's $5,500 for the whole shebang.
Now, the husband has come into play here.
Oh, yeah?
And he has said, you don't understand. It's a 2-year waiting list just to look at the dates that they're available.
So this is
official Mickey and Minnie. This isn't.
This is the real deal. This is like Santa from the North Pole. This is not his buddies at the mall.
You think
this
you
is the
could
real
just fucking? You think, why don't you just go to a costume shop and have your cousins do it for $20?
Yeah, no.
No.
This is Mr. and Mrs. Mouse.
This is when they fucking
Mick and Min Mouse.
They're getting capitalized for a reason. This is
Let me see if there's
these aren't the people little kids meet at the Magic Kingdom. These are the people.
This is it. Yeah.
These are lifers right here.
Now, also, there's this woman on top of it all, who, this thread
of her
just being like, leave these people alone.
Here's the deal. Want to read her thread quickly too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
read her.
it won't be quickly, but I'll read it.
Yeah.
Disney fairy tale weddings have been a thing since the 1990s. Disney already had a huge honeymoon market and decided to go for weddings. Thousands, if not millions, have married or honeymooned at Disney Park or on a cruise. What does this have to do with religion? Many of the Disney fans I have observed in person and online find immense meaning in the parks. People don't just marry at Disney. They mourn lost relatives at Disney. They go to Disney to celebrate surviving cancer. They go there for one last trip before they die. Religion is a way of making meaning in the world through stories and rituals. It's about a network of relationships with the human and non-human. It's about making homes and confronting suffering. All of this happens at Disney. Cast members literally welcome you, quote unquote, home. Is this capitalism? Sure it is. Is this at least quasi-religious? Yes. And by the way, most religions are intertwined with capitalism. Disney owns our stories. For some people, both of those who have traditional religion and those who don't, the promise of magic at Disney and the feelings they get there are powerful. I've seen people cry at the fireworks many times. Incidentally, the magic, blah, blah, blah. Would I want to go to a wedding with no food because the bride and groom wanted pictures with Mickey? No, I would not. But when they say Disney is a big part of their lives, I take that seriously. Maybe they met there. Maybe the ideas the mouse stands for brings them joy. Maybe it's the only place their parents ever acted happy. Or maybe they're selfish. But if we measure religion not by its truth claims, because we can't assess those unless we have something much more powerful than a PhD, but if we measure it by the power in people's lives, then Disney is as much a religion as anything. I'll be honest, I'm picking up what she's putting down.
That's why I wanted to read it. She's 100% right, and that's why we should ban all religion.
I was going to say, I agree with her. I agree with her, and it's not that I I'm like, yeah, girl. I'm like, yeah, this is all fucking stupid.
Like, yeah, I'm like, you were right.
This is all dumb. I mean, yeah, listen, religion is anything that you rely upon to escape regular life because the world is fucked up and you need a way to just say, well, you know, I believe in this guy. I believe in these mouse.
Guess what?
These mice.
At least fucking Mickey pays taxes.
Right. At least Mickey's fucking. At least Mickey's here, bro.
Yeah.
At least Mickey's a real thing. At least Mickey, there's tangible proof that Mickey exists. Mickey can at least go, oh, and you're like, yeah, that's funny, you know?
Right.
I mean,
The
I'm
United
with her
States
on that.
government and the state of Florida get money from Mickey.
Right. That's more than God ever did, all right? Fuck you
Not
guys.
even God, any church on any street corner, any cardinal, any bishop.
Yeah.
How about a fucking $5, bro?
Yeah, for real. Pay back the system, dude. Now, wait a minute. I'm also confused. Was there no food, or there was no like they said like
Oh, dude,
catered
they got married at a
services?
fucking mall. It sounds like. I mean, like there were no catered services, but like they definitely didn't get married at a wedding venue,
Right, clearly.
Because
Clearly.
there were restaurants abound, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like some kind
Like
of
a food court.
or like even like a fucking not a food court, but like a. Ah, God, I can't think of it. Like where the places they rent out when you have like banquets when you're a kid. You know, like your little league banquet. You have like a little meal and like there's a little dais.
Like an American Legion, like a.
No, it's not quite a legion, but it's like a. I mean, I don't want to use the specific names like of the ones we went to when I was growing up, but like they're. It's just like they have like 7 different rooms in this building that are designed to host little parties.
I mean, it's probably just like an event.
But even those, they fed you at those.
Yeah.
So I'm
well,
guessing that they're
so my thing was like they provided no food
none whatsoever.
Because at first I thought it was like it's a buffet where it's like you had to serve yourself.
No food whatsoever. Because that is kind of a new age thing. I've been to 2
buffets.
weddings over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years where there wasn't dinner, but there were food trucks,
So
there were
here's what I
buffets. It
think.
was like,
Here's what I think about this whole thing. First
and
of
those
all,
were better, by the way, because those are like, we want to party, so
Facts.
fucking,
That's
we're
part
not,
of what
we're
I
not
was gonna
doing the
say.
sit down dinner.
I hate adult Disney people. Let's put that over here for a moment. That aside, it's your fucking wedding. You get to do whatever the fuck you want. It's like if I threw a party, which is what a wedding is, and it was like Aladdin themed, and you came to it and didn't like it, well, fuck you. It's my fucking party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's weird as shit. But A, I get to do like whatever I want. B, food at weddings, it kills the wedding.
Yeah.
I want to say this about bachelor parties too. I saw Hank was tweeting that he's going to Austin with 20 of his friends. And I just assumed it was a bachelor party. Maybe it's not because they're a little bit younger. He never specified bachelor party. But whether you're just going with a group of guys or if it's a bachelor party, the Saturday night big dinner at a bachelor party needs to be abolished. Get rid of it. Friday night when you first get there, fine. Saturday, once you wake up, you're day drinking, your buzz is on, you're raging, you're partying. You either need to keep the party going or you need to gear up for the nighttime, neither of which it's a good idea to go eat a fucking 15-ounce steak and
In a
cream
dark-
spinach in a dark place and then get dessert. I mean, you could do all that. I'm going to fucking sleep after that. Same thing with a wedding.
But also like that, I wasn't that. I'm probably that way now. I wasn't that way. I'm actually not that way now. I can turn it up when I need to. But
no, if
Hank's
anything,
27 now.
if anything, back then, even less do I want to eat. Now I would want to go to a nice dinner on Saturday night
and go to bed.
and then call it a night.
Yeah.
Back then, I actually we had that scheduled for my bachelor party, and my brother checked with me like 5 times, like we're doing the dinner, and I was like, at that point, I was kind of like, yeah, that's what we do. We ended up going to this thing in Manasquan called Around the World, where all the different beach houses represent a different country, and it's like a bar crawl through the whole town. And then it was dinner time, and we were like, fuck that, we're drunk, we're not going to that. And the place had called him 1,000 times because they must like know this happens.
Right.
And we bailed, and I think we got hit with some sort of like almost like a security deposit for our reservation. But like, because we were all like, fuck that, we don't want to go. I got people tweeted me saying that they've showed up, ate a piece of bread, threw down $100 and left. Same thing. I went to a bachelor party in New Orleans, and we went to a Saints game on Sunday night. And that was more from I ran out of gas, but I was like, I'm going home. I watched the quarter. I was like, I've seen the Superdome. I get it.
Yeah.
The Saints. I'm going back to the fucking hotel. I'm gonna die. So back to this wedding. Like, back to weddings in general. You come out, you do a dance, you like get going a little bit. Finally, there's some momentum, and then they're like, "Now, please take your seat for your dinner." And it's like, tranquilizer dart to the neck.
Because you probably had 3 cocktails, you've mingled a bit, right?
Yeah.
You've
Cocktail hour. Usually, cocktail hours have grown so big now that usually most people have their fill for like a party night. I'm not saying it's a dinner, but when you have a Saturday night party night, you need to get like a little base in your stomach, but you're not like, let me have a feast before I go party.
Right.
Like, let me get a couple things in me. There's like sliders, and there's like little mini hot dogs, and then there's some fancy shit like sushi, whatever. But most people add on an extra half hour. They spend the extra money for different stations. Then you're expected to sit down and have a salad and a steak or a chicken or a fish and then dessert. And it's just like, I think you should either the problem is though that there's certain status associated with it where it's like, oh, there was a buffet at the wedding. But it's like, fuck that. The easier thing for me to do is like, if you can still have good food, but it's up to you. You want to go get it? And you can load up if you want because you're an old person and you want to be fat and just eat and chill. Fine. If you're a younger person, you can just dabble a little bit, not eat at all. It's all good. I think dinner should not even be part of weddings. I think you should have it, it's like even either in the day or have it afterwards or have a little cocktail hour, but dinner? Nah, not tonight.
Yeah.
Because it ruins the vibe. I think you should start it, get your speeches done, maybe have some food, and then it's party.
But the
Stop
speeches
and
are
go,
like, that's why you
stop and
kind of
go.
got to have a little bit of food because like you got to be sitting for the speeches and then we just sit at empty tables that don't even have fucking place settings on them.
I honestly think you should. The cocktail hour is now ending. Like, please take your seats. We're doing the speeches.
Yeah.
And you have your cocktails. You're drinking during a speech. Speech. Party.
I don't mind the dinner, but I do like the fucking. I like access to food. So like
Yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
ones had like food trucks around.
Right.
And it was like they were like parties of the tent.
What you need to do is dress up the buffet. Don't call it a buffet. Call it, this is our food truck selection or whatever. And
I'm
then,
also down with the buffet. I'm fine with the buffet.
I am too,
Buffet.
but there are people who are just like, oh, it wasn't a seated dinner or whatever the fuck. It's like, yeah, suck my dick. Because I also sometimes like I remember at my wedding they all and my wedding was so over the top, but they all come out and like put your plate down at the same time. So it was like this presentation.
Yeah.
And there was servers left and right and shit. And it was like, so even if you wanted to kind of party and dance and keep it going, like you couldn't. Yeah. It was like, please sit because we have to perform. It was like fucking Beauty and the Beast, Whereas like, I think that it should just be a party where there also is food. And in this case, they said there also is not food because we want our party to be, they're crazy. They suck. They're weirdos, but it's their wedding. It's their day. And I guess you probably should specify though, like, by the way, there's no fucking.
Because, by the way, they also did feed Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, that's fucked. Yeah. You're the asshole.
Mickey and Minnie got fed.
Mickey and Minnie were like, this is crazy. Yeah. Give me the fucking food.
I mean, you're right. It is your party and all that shit, but like, I don't know. Again, like that religion thread kind of swayed me. Like, they're right. It is a religion. They worship at the god of a Nazi.
Like, I mean, have you ever?
They're Nazis. They're Nazis.
Have you ever gone to a weird, like, Orthodox type wedding? It's like, I mean, I don't know if I have either, but you could imagine it's going to be weirder, right? Yeah. It's going to be stranger than your average wedding. These motherfuckers are, worshiping Mickey and Minnie.
I'm a traditionalist in the traditional things. So like, I like a wedding. I'd be like, I like black tie.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with the meal as long as access to food. I like the speeches, all this stuff. But if you're having it and on your invitation is like there are vending machines available, you don't get mad at me when I'm cracking open 6 bags of Sour Patch Kids in the middle of the fucking speeches.
No, but
right?
they didn't, right? They didn't. There was no backlash.
Like the ruffling.
Yeah,
I got a fucking. I'm walking around asking people for ones, eating weird things for a couple of cash, and then I'm spending my time at the vending machines, coming back like a kid at camp,
holding it in your shirt. Yeah.
All right, go to speeches, ripping bags of chips open.
They're too busy, like sucking Minnie's dick and shit, Mickey's dick. Like they're not even noticing that you're eating the snacks.
Meek Mouse?
What's that?
Meek Mouse?
What is that from?
Meek Mouse?
Okay.
You know Meek Mouse?
But so wait, they are. So where do you fall on this whole thing?
They're 1,000% incredibly assholes.
because of not having food though.
Yes. Not yes.
So you think forget about Mickey and Minnie. If you served it,
it's pretty hard.
if you had
Pretty
a
hard to
wedding,
forget about the grown adults who paid $3,000
if I had a wedding and I
for cartoon characters to come.
if I had a wedding and I said there's no food, but I put it all towards the band. Like that's what they did. They put it towards entertainment. Now it's entertainment for them.
Yeah.
But it's also again their fucking wedding.
Yeah, no, I know it's actually food because I'd be like, well, so there's no food and a band that's moderately better, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I think it's unorthodox and shit. You probably have to specify it. But I guess this is almost kind of like what we were just talking about with Live, America versus Saudi Arabia. All weddings are completely ridiculous, arrogant, self-centered displays of like, what me.
Yeah.
And this is just way weird and over the top version of it. But it's like, I don't know. And then I guess it's like, there's basics that you have to cover though. That's the thing. If it
you
was
have
like
food.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't. There are depending on what time your weddings are and shit. Sometimes
I've never heard of a
you don't
wedding
have a
without
sit down dinner. If you have a daytime thing,
Again,
if you have a
sit down
late
dinners
night
are
thing,
different, but I've never heard of a wedding without food.
Yeah, I think we should move more towards that. Not a dinner. It should be cocktail hour and then the party.
I like to
Because
eat.
cocktail
I'm an
hours
eater.
have become dinner.
Yeah.
Like I eat a cocktail hour way more than the sit down dinner. When I get food at the wedding, I'm like, first, it's never that good. I take a couple bites of steak, I'm done. The cocktail hour, I'm like 3 sliders, 2 hot dogs, a couple of things of sushi, a little bit of that pasta, a little bit of that soup.
I
salads,
do
some
it all.
cheese.
Only I eat the full meal when I sit down too. Through tonsillitis and all.
I think you need booze and music is the far and away the things that matter the most though, and then of course Mickey and Minnie. All right, voicemail time. Before we get into Michael Che, today's voicemails are brought to you by 3Chi.
What's up, boys? So I got a little question / story for you. So I work 48-hour shifts. After business hours, so like 5 o'clock or so, the night's yours. You can do whatever you want. So we bought an Oculus for the station. We downloaded a boxing game, and you're literally just punching the fucking air. And when I say I am the most fucking sore I've ever been in my life, I can barely move. And then in the same fucking day, we got a call, and I'm going down the stairs, and I very, very minorly rolled my ankle. Like, very minor. I have been limping for 4 fucking days now. So it got me thinking, like, am I really just getting that fucking old? Yeah. So my question to you guys is, what is the first physical thing that happened to you in your life where you're like, holy shit, I'm getting fucking old? All right, boys.
Shout out first
thanks, and
responders.
we'll see you at the fucking
Really,
screen.
really the guys who want on the front lines. If you've ever got a physical emergency,
Can you call the guy who gets tired playing Oculus and has a bum ankle for 4 weeks? I'm dying in his fire.
Heroes, John.
He's the man. No, I like this guy.
Great eyes on him. Jesus
You interrupted
Christ,
me.
beautiful.
I was listening. He's the man. He's got great eyes.
Beautiful eyes. Great question.
This is
for
why
me.
This is why I deserve fucking medals for never signing up to be a first responder, because I'm probably not getting there, bro. I'm probably gonna be tired or something. I know my game.
Yes,
I
I am no hero, bro.
Sorry,
am no
sorry, I'm a
hero.
little tuckered out from the video games.
I'd rather you be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather be upfront about it. This is a good question. This is something that for most people probably starts at a later age. I'm thinking back. I'm like, when I was 16, I felt like, you know what I mean. I would say there's many signs for me of when I first got old and tired and injured and all that shit. The combine was a stark realization of like, oh, whoa, like if you don't use it, you lose it big time. Because at that point I was like 25 or 6, but all my surgeries were when I was 18. Not all of them, but like the big ones were like 18 and 20. So I had like 5 years of like not really being active. It was like, yeah, that's enough. Because when you're 25, you're like, all right, I'm banged up, but like I can still do these things.
No.
Nope, I can't. But the one for me was the first time. I think maybe it's not old, but I guess it was just a jarring moment. The first time I went bowling, and the next day was like
Was that with me?
Oh my
at MGM?
God.
Because that happened to me. That
was
my
that
time.
was not the first
Okay,
time.
that was my first
But
time.
yeah, when your forearms and like your
I didn't
obliques
even
kind
get
of
to the- I
hurt.
didn't even get to the next day. I
Yeah.
got to like the 6th round. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Done.
How long
Gassed.
are we supposed to do this for?
Gassed. I mean, because if you think about it, you're picking up. I don't even know how much the bowling ball weigh, like 20 pounds or some shit like that, and you're walking up.
I don't think they weigh 25.
Not even
I would
lesser.
say
Oh
probably
God.
8 to 12.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know, you're just lugging it twice, 20. You do it 20 times a game, right? 10 rounds, 2 rolls each. And then you play a few frames. It's like, yeah, this is like a fucking workout.
Oh,
and
I've
you're-
never played more than one.
And you're and you're doing
People
it.
play multiple games?
Yeah.
No. No, not this guy.
And I mean, some of my friends get up there and they're doing the spin and shit. I mean, I just kind of fucking roll it straight. But you're leaning in a way and using all these muscles you don't use. And I mean, I remember being like, oh my God, I have to amputate my arms. And I can't ever do anything again. So that's a big one for sure. Because that's one of those, like, you think you can bowl? Like, yeah, no problem. It's like,
No.
Or even, but any of that stuff. You go to the batting cages for the first time in a million years. You go to the golf, the
But all
driving
that
range.
stuff is, I find that stuff to be more the sports stuff to me. My shit is just like getting
everyday
out of
stuff.
bed.
Yeah.
Because
like, you should be tired when you're doing like activity, right?
it's not,
Like,
but like it's not even like I can't. It's weird. It's almost like a little taste, like a little sample of being old. Because you're like. Your brain is like, I can do this.
Yes,
I can. I get that
Which
very
is
much.
scary.
Do like playing hockey, where I'm like, because I can still skate. Like, but it's my hands that are gone the most. I'm like, I can do. Like, I know,
used to be able
I
to-
know how to fucking do this, and I just can't.
and that's
do
the
it.
saddest part.
That's the harder one to deal with.
'Cause that's almost more mental, where
Right.
it is physical, but it's more the depression of like it's gone.
yeah.
and you're not getting it back.
It's not soreness. It's like why right now? Why isn't this happening?
Yeah, my
This
brain
is-
used to tell my hands, and my hands did it fast enough,
Yeah.
and now it doesn't do it. I remember the first time, you wake up in bed and you have like your neck is, that hurts,
Yeah.
but that's like when you sleep wrong. I remember sleeping completely right and being like sore. Like, oh wait, like especially with the weighted blankets, you get under a weighted blanket wrong and your legs, you push the legs back or your knee kind of hyperextends and you're like, it's tough to get out of bed. And then there's times where it's like, I can't get out of bed. That's a bad one too. It's like I'm too old and out of shape to lay down for a while to sleep. Fuck. And hate to say it, but when you start to get out of breath when you're fucking, that's tough.
That was pretty early days for me.
But like, there's out of breath, and then there's like,
why don't you get on top of me?
yeah. Girls don't know that struggle, man.
Yeah.
Girls don't have to do any of the
Oh
work.
no, girls I think have a harder struggle. Bro. Why don't you get froggy right now and fucking work those hips?
Yeah, but like you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like girls, you can do all that, but if you want to just lay on your back, flip over your stomach, get on your knees, like that's a session. You're good to go.
Yeah,
You know what I
But
mean?
Also, I just want to lay on my back.
But that's what I mean. It's not like guys are gonna have to do some missionary and some doggy style every time.
Not in this house.
Yeah, I mean when you see a chick, but chicks also then usually pay it back when they just have to be on their knees on the floor.
Yeah, I don't.
like barbarians.
I think that they have different
That's-
style knees than men.
they must.
Like there's an extra like
There's
pillow.
padding, right?
Yeah.
Or there's no like nerves or something. It's
doesn't
Like,
make
it's like the skin on our ball sacks is on their knees.
Yeah.
They just can't feel anything because they're just like straight up and down. They're not even doing the thing where you kind of rest on your butt.
Right.
They're like up on their
Yeah,
knees,
no, dude.
and they're kind of rocking, and they're doing it for like minutes at a time.
Bro,
if I
can't-
get down on my knee like right now to just like tie a shoe, it's like my bones. You know?
I don't have the stamina to last from communion until I'm allowed to sit back
Oh,
down.
I don't do that anymore.
I don't
do
even.
it.
I don't even play it. Well, I
Don't
go
even
to
do that
church,
game.
But
Don't-
sorry, I'm boycotting it because of Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
But if I do, at the most, I'll do the sit on the pew with the knees.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just sit. Like, this is preposterous. I'm done with this. I'm done with
depends-
getting on my knees for you rapists.
depends how full of that's why I don't go. Also Mickey and Minnie. But it depends how full of mass is. Christmas mass. Well, I don't have 40 minutes on my knees. That's
not
not
happening.
Like I'm not gonna do a blowbang on my knees here. this is crazy. But it's just it's just hard to be on your knees. I forget where
It just is. You know what's a tough thing to do, like to deal with sex too, is when you're in the heat of the moment in a certain position or doing something and you're okay, and then you finish and you're like, oh, like the pain comes back to you and you're like, wait a minute, that's been bent in the wrong direction for, a solid 7 minutes or whatever. I'm not walking for another week. But there's difference between like I got tired during sex and like the other day I was having sex and I started coughing like wheezing. I know I've been sick or whatever, but like you're coughing in the middle of sex, dude. That's not good.
you think of smoking recently?
Feel like the tickle in your throat that makes you cough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's usually one of those things that just like, I don't know, your body just like
I'm
doesn't
just
do that.
politely saying yeah through all this because
You don't know, like the urge to cough.
Oh yeah. I think you're talking about okay yeah.
So like that's just always been something, I don't know, like your body just knows to like turn that off during sex or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I can't say if
Like how many times
have
have you sneezed during sex?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right.
I mean, it must have happened. I've been fucking so many times. It's just a numbers game, dude. I would imagine it would have happened at some point, but I have no clear memory.
It's almost just like your body's in sex mode, but I'm like, going to work, and all of a sudden it's just like I was like, oh fuck, it's there, and I tried to kind of suppress it, then I was just like, which is probably even worse,
dude. That was what I did.
She probably thought I was coming because I was like, but then I just was like, I just stopped and I was like, how hot is this, huh? Christ. Brutal. Dead silence, huh?
What? I was going to say that's what I did during the Howie Mandel interview. Same kind of thing.
Is it really at all close to that? You son of a bitch. Anyway,
Next to something nice and bald.
Those would be the big ones for me. You know what genuinely worries me? Not worries me. It's just a sad reality. Is like playing sports with Keegan when he's like really playing sports. Like by then I'll be shocked, dude.
Yeah.
By then I'm in my 50s. You know?
Yeah.
Like 45, whatever. And it's not like my dad was some like, athletic superhero. But like I remember him, picking us up, throwing us around, playing sports, wrestling, all that shit. I've always said, I'm like, yeah, go do it with your stepdad. Like I gotta, I'm gonna sit here. I'll teach you how to tell jokes on the internet, bro. Come to me when you need to, come to me when you need that engagement on your fucking Instagram account. Otherwise, talk to him.
They fuck you up, your mom and dad.
Well done. Good call, man. Next voicemail.
What's up, KFC, Feits, Jackie, Nick, Pavs, Gamecocks, Go Cox. This is Feits over at LA Fitness in Atlanta, Georgia. I actually called y'all a few months ago for a video voicemail, offered y'all some free memberships.
Yep.
So my boss heard that one, and then he heard the gay jokes about LA Fitness on the podcast that came out today. So I'm getting let go. He thinks it's kind of my fault for like bad publicity, but fuck it, whatever. I was just calling to see y'all looking for a new hire up there at KFC Radio. Love to be y'all's assistant. Gang, love everything y'all do. Hopefully I hear from y'all. But yeah, y'all have a great one.
That's
Peace.
Fucked up. You did not make that joke.
That's
because that guy called in a couple weeks ago.
That's a joke.
That's a joke because gay guys go to LA Fitness.
Yeah. So gay guys go to LA Fitness to get their dicks sucked.
Yeah, gay guys go to the gym
and
to suck each other's dicks, and it's a testament to LA Fitness. It's so popular of a gym that it was at front of John's mind.
Yeah, it is. It's
fuck that. Fuck that, boss.
Like,
this is unconstitutional.
That's genuine bullshit.
That is actually, I think, probably flat out illegal.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world. I had heard of LA fucking Fitness before this guy called in the first time.
So what would they say? They would be like, you were offering, free memberships, which we didn't take them up on, by the way. So it's not like that was even a real thing to people who then like quote unquote, slandered the name. Like that's not reason for firing
on a podcast. This guy obviously likes the podcast. Where the fuck else did he
I was gonna
see
say he heard the joke and then was listening to today's like latest episode.
Well, guess what, brother? Now I'm telling a joke about LA Fitness every day.
Yeah, fuck
Every day about how you wipe down the loads in the steam room.
Steamy loads. Huh?
Yeah.
Steamy
Just
loads.
how the guys go into the fucking sauna and Rudy watches them. Rudy watches them jerk off,
Yeah.
and then they come on the walls in the LA Fitness.
That's the new
and
the new slogan is LA Fitness, steamy loads. Get your steamy loads here. Listen, brother, you have I'll tell you what, if you don't
Were you gonna
rehire
go-
our boy Fitz, you are in a world of pain, LA Fitness. You do not know the world you are entering.
Were you
I'll
gonna
tell
go to New
right
York
now-
Sports Club to fuck? Our boys are hotter. Come to LA Fitness for a hot load.
I swear to God, if you go to the LA Fitness in Atlanta, Georgia, I want you to march in there and fucking quit. And when they say like, "What's your reason?" Be like, "Because you are fucking tyrannical assholes who fire your employees based off of podcast jokes."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We've never met the gentleman. I've heard of LA Fitness. I've heard of people having sex in gym locker rooms. That's how I made
That's
the
it,
joke.
dude.
That was it. That was the whole thing.
I really
You know what
want-
we're gonna do? If you're a homosexual in Atlanta, Georgia, please reach out to us. We're gonna get you membership to LA Fitness.
I
and
actually-
please just don't stop fucking in the bathroom.
Come everywhere.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're homosexual. If you're a straight guy looking at a fucking
Just
dude.
jerk. You could be a straight guy, just jerk off. Just as long as there's hot loads in still LA
Looking
Fitness.
to make a mess in the bathroom.
Give me
Just thought of the next vlog idea for us.
I think LA Fitness down in Atlanta, Georgia might be homophobic. How about that fucking narrative? You fired your employee after someone talked about homosexuals at your gym? Interesting.
I had heard a rumor that there was a Chick-fil-A attached to it, so that makes sense.
I'm not even kidding. LA Fitness, Mr. Manager, you have 1 week to rehire this guy, or you are in a world of pain.
Or else we're gonna paint those walls with the commas, young men.
You're gonna have a line out the door of young men, straight, single, homosexual, married, otherwise, just coming all over your gym. I'll take it even further, not even in the locker room. Just come on the machines, come on the weights, come on the ceilings,
You ever
come
seen
everywhere.
that? You ever seen that Star Wars? No, not Star Wars. Why did I say Star Wars? You ever seen that South Park meme? I don't know the characters, but the guy in the room covered in cum.
Yeah, Randy Marsh covered in cum.
Randy
That's gonna be
Marsh.
your LA Fitness.
Welcome to the fucking locker room at LA Fitness.
Yeah, man. Unbelievable. I would actually, I hope this guy goes somewhere else. Go to fucking
Somewhere he's appreciated.
Go somewhere, an amazing place like, I don't know, New York. Well, no, it's probably New York, right?
Atlanta Sports Club.
Sports Club, and go to fucking Equinox, and go to the place with the Lunk Alert, Planet Fitness. Go to all these places. Those are sparkling. No cum anywhere.
Those are good gyms.
Yeah.
Great gyms.
Fuck you. Fuck that guy.
That is genuine
bullshit. I hope this guy is like all right and can just like go get another job somewhere else and lands on his feet. It's not that big of a deal. I hope that if you're calling into a podcast joking about it, it's not so bad. But that is honestly unconstitutional.
I've read it.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Last voicemail is brought to you by eBay. eBay's trying to change the game once again when it comes to buying and selling sneakers online.
Ooh.
eBay was the OG spot to get your sneakers. Before other apps came along, I used to love searching eBay for old Jordans, new Jordans, rare sneakers. You had to like do your diligence and find the right sellers with the authenticated, 100% authentic guarantee. You could find great prices. You could find really like hard to find shoes. Sometimes you do buy it now. Other times you're doing the auction where it's like, there's that adrenaline rush at the end of the auction. And so right now, they are pushing the envelope once again. They got rare dead stock sneakers up to the latest releases, pre-owned kicks that have been, let's say carefully loved in the past. And they all have eBay's authenticity guarantee, so you can rest easy knowing that everything else is 100% legit. Millions of sellers across the globe. I really, it's honestly so much more fun if you're a sneaker fan and you're looking for either new releases or, in my opinion, even better is the older drops, rare sneakers, hard to find, customs, all of that. Find them on eBay. It is a much more thorough like sneaker experience when you're buying through eBay. So check it out. eBay sneakers, authenticity guaranteed. I bought a second pair of Crocs.
I saw that
Yeah.
the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I had to buy the Wu-Tang ones. Crocs roll everything around me, baby. They are, yeah. Wu-Tang did a collab with the Crocs. There was some funny tweets about like just Wu-Tang lyrics and like Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to Crocs with and a lot of funny shit. So I now have 2 pairs and this is a slippery slope, John. I want to see. I really want to do a Barstool Crocs collab or a KFC Radio Crocs collab. And I know that they're just like this monster company that's like, but if Wu-Tang can do it, Barstool can do it.
Sure.
You know? Like Wu-Tang, like I when they were like, we're working with Balenciaga, we're not working with you. I'm like, all right, they're going with like major fashion companies. If you're doing smaller, Wu-Tang is obviously very popular, but it's like, Barstool's pretty fucking big too, man.
I agree with that.
Let me make some of these fucking Crocs. Let me get these Crocs off, dude. Come on.
I've still never worn a pair. I'll have to try one day.
Go, we got last voicemail. Let's do it. Shout out to the Rangers.
KFC, Feits, love the show. You guys talk about like the time warp sometimes you get stuck in at Barstool, like, you're just creating content for a ton of different days. And I was wondering if like you ever had a moment where that caught up to you in the real world and, you missed an appointment, didn't pick the kids up, whatever it was. Has that ever happened to you? You just get stuck in the time warp. I feel like that's happened to me, but it's your show. You guys can talk. Love you. Bye.
Stuck in the time warp.
Have I ever been stuck in a time warp?
I mean, yeah, we do it all the time here at Barstool. You go in the studio and you come out and it's like, what day is it?
Yeah. There's one in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. There is one.
A time warp?
It's like a black hole kind of deal. Like it shoots you just out. It's crazy.
Is it a bar?
No.
It's a place.
It's like I don't even know how to
like
get
the
to
Bermuda Triangle. Like,
yeah, like you're driving and it's just like you're in Newport.
Do you believe? I don't know. What do you mean?
I don't know what I mean. It's just like it's happened to me twice. We're like on a back road.
It's called drunk driving.
It's no. It was like between East Main and West Main Road, and it's just you're on this road, and it's just like it's just you're right there.
Okay.
I can't explain it any clearer than that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, man.
It is clearly some highway hypnosis or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It like.
Do you believe in?
It happened to us once, and then the second time it happened, we went bananas.
Again.
Like,
Yeah.
holy fucking shit! It was real. It happened again.
Were you just like talking and having a good time and didn't realize like how much time had passed? It's probably something like that.
I'm sure. Yeah, look, I don't actually think it's a black hole.
Well,
I
you
don't,
never know. Do you believe in the Bermuda Triangle?
No.
There's some weird shit that went on there.
I don't know enough. I know Amelia Earhart.
I don't know if that's where she crashed, but I feel like
she disappeared.
Is it
in the Bermuda Triangle?
I think that there's probably something like it's weather. Like there's a high pressure system there, and so like there's a lot of bad weather for boats and planes and shit like that. I don't think they like disappear into another dimension, but I do think there's something a little funky with that territory. But I like to believe in that. It's also like, why would you motherfuckers keep flying through there then?
Yeah. Go around it.
Fly around that shit, dude.
Like
Maybe
this mountain we
boat's
keep
hard
crashing
to-
into. It sucks.
Yeah.
All right, go the other way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, all right. Well, give me. What? Like,
It's quite large.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's see. This the Bermuda Triangle was solved. What does the scientists say? Oh, it isn't solved. I guess there was a mix-up where somebody thought it was solved. What a stupid article that is. Hey, you know that interesting thing you wanted? Not true. But other time, you know what? There's a time warp in the opposite direction when you are watching your kids, when they are babies and they are in between nap times and feeding times and shit like that. And you're like, when you have baby babies, you live one feeding at a time, like every hour and 15 minutes or whatever the fuck it is. And because that's when they are quiet and happy and you stuff the bottle in, but you can't do it any earlier. And so you're like, all right, it had to have been like 45 minutes and it's been like 6. You're like, no fucking way. Like, I just got to make it to bedtime. I just got to get to like 7 p.m. What time is it? It's 1:30. Like, holy fucking shit. So that's like a reverse time warp. But yeah, it's either when you're having fun or doing something total opposite.
It is. It's also. It's kind of like we had this argument or discussion in the car on the way up to Vermont. I think it was with fucking this idiot too, where it was like, how do we know we're not living in like a simulation?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And like these arguments or these questions where you put like the burden of proof on me, where like, how can you prove that time warps don't? Because he's asking about real time warps, right?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Is he asking about real?
I think it's like when you're, like we said, we do a podcast and we come out and it's like, holy shit, it's 6 o'clock.
Okay, so
already.
that's not a real time.
That's like in your head. That's what it's like. Time flies when you're having fun is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Or like I said, the opposite, where it's like, you're at work and you're trying to make it to 5 o'clock and you swear that time is ticking slower.
Yeah, in that case, the only thing I do is podcasts. So
Yeah.
Aside from that, goes pretty slow watching TV.
All right, interview time. Michael Che. Gotta be one of the biggest we've had in a long time.
I was watching Rosebud on That's My Time
With Letterman, yeah.
with Letterman last night.
Also Sam Morril on that. Shout out
Sam
to those
Morril
guys.
watched Sam as well. They both crushed it. But Letterman said to Rosebud, she works on That Day Michael Che and on SNL.
Right.
He says, you work with one of the legends, Michael Che. So
If David Letterman's calling you a legend,
Letterman's calling you one of the legends.
this is one of the ones I'm getting nerves for. That I got nerves
Rosebud
for.
was like, "What do you wait?" Because I thought, by the way, we thought like Rosebud had put in a word, been like, "Oh yeah, they're great." Like she's like, "I didn't say shit."
And I feel like this has been like they've been trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like sometimes these things fall out of the clouds and a really good guest.
We haven't done it yet. We're doing it at 6 p.m. on
this
Wednesday
isn't
night.
happening.
It's
It could
at
have
an
bombed
odd
for all we
time.
know. But sometimes they fall out of the clouds, and some publicist is like, yeah, like he'll love it, and we know that the star doesn't really know anything, and it's a one-shot thing. That if they probably had 5 more minutes to think about it, they would have said no. Yeah. But we caught them on a good moment, and they said yes. This, I feel like they've been kind of talking about it, and they were like planning. Okay, late on this day works for you. No, how about this day? So it's like, okay, he actually wants to do it. And I'm trying to think of other shows he's been on.
None.
I'm almost like, what? I want to be like, Mike, you don't have to do this. What
His
are you doing?
only post on Instagram is they want me to do press for Dan Michael Che season 2, and I don't want to.
So the Michael Che interview that I'm sure went great is brought to you by HelloFresh. Johnny, tell the people.
Tonight, well, actually, not. You want to have for breakfast this morning?
What do you have?
Honey Dijon, crispy onion chicken with some green beans. I don't like breakfast food, so I eat dinner for that. Was what I cooked.
Was that a
last
leftover
night.
or a fresh?
Yeah, it was my. So
Yeah.
I eat 2 meals with every
Yep.
HelloFresh.
Yep.
So I had that for dinner last night. Had it for breakfast this morning.
Honey Dijon.
When I get home, I'm gonna cook a spicy sauce pork bowl. I believe is what it is. And then I also have some onion burgers for the weekend. It is without a doubt the best part of my day. When I come home, I put my phone down for a half hour. I cook. It's delicious. I was talking to my mom on the phone the other day while I was cooking. Do this. Cook your dinner and call your mom because
She's all impressed.
she's like, I just love the sounds of the kitchen in the background.
Rattle those pots and
Yeah,
pans,
just
baby.
like- just
do it for your girl,
fluffing
for
some
your family,
rice,
whoever.
A couple of alarms going
Yeah,
off.
listen. You
because
bring a girl over and you HelloFresh it, and even though it's idiot proof with all the measurements and everything, you still look like you're fucking.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing in the kitchen.
It is impressive to women who either had you or want you.
Oh, I like that. And a lot of people will be like, well, it's the summertime. I'm not going to be home the whole time. I'm going away. Guess what? You can update your profile with your vacation address and get it sent there. So now you don't have any excuse. So you can go down to the beach, take a week off, get all these healthy, fresh foods sent your way. You can eat all sorts of different delicacies, all sorts of different menus, different sizes, whether it's 2 people or 4 people. They've got all sorts of different selections, and it's all, like I said, idiot-proof, where all the ingredients are measured out and everything is pre-portioned with the easy-to-follow recipes. Everything takes 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. They have fresh fruits and veggies and nuts and olive oils and Mediterranean recipes, and you can pick based on allergies and diet preferences. They've got you covered. You save money with now delivery. You're not getting gross, greasy food, and you feel like you're actually a real human. Right now, you can get 16 free meals and 3 gifts when you go to HelloFresh.com/KFC16. That's HelloFresh.com/KFC16. Then when you check out, you use code KFC16 and you get 16 free meals. So if you're an individual, that's like 32 free
32
meals
meals.
because you get 2 per one. So you can get the breakfast and the dinner or the leftovers or the lunch, however you want to work it. 32 free meals if you're all by yourself. When you go to
32
HelloFresh.com/KFC16, promo code KFC16. It's Michael Che on KFC Radio. Let's talk to him.
Birthday message, as you can see.
Oh boy.
Birthday message. Kind of telling me how everybody wanted her to get rid of me. It's kind of crazy. I've never said this out loud, but look, you opened
Fuck it,
up.
we're opening up here. Yeah.
Happy birthday, baby. I wanted to text you early this morning. I think it was after 2 a.m., but I decided to wait. Sorry I'm late. I hope you have the greatest birthday that you could have. You deserve that, blah, blah, blah. I often think about how your brothers and sisters, when they heard I was pregnant with you, they were so angry with me because they didn't know where I was going to put you. It was the first time that I ever let them yell at me and talk to me in the way they did because I knew in my heart I was going to have you no matter what anybody felt. What? What do you mean? These are my brothers and sisters. They were trying to get me. They were trying to fucking ice me. The people on my job called you the love child and still do till this day.
Yo.
Yeah. Now when I hear your siblings rant and rave over you, the first thing I say to them is, and you're welcome. So now she's taking credit for my shit.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.